Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone? Hope you're really well. Hope you're doing well. Sorry I've not been around lately, but as you can see, I'm still overseas. I'm still in Riga, and I'll fly back early hours of tomorrow morning via Oslo. So yeah, I'm here. Just thought wasn't going to do a live vlog tonight, but Martin's out at his Christmas party. Yet another one. You bugger. I just put out the video earlier, so don't forget, go over and check it out. It's the Leicester City preview with Leicester Fan TV and Lee Chapman, Chappers, Jamie Vardy lookalike. You'll probably recognise him when you see the video because he was all over sort of social media and the TV and everything last year. Go over and check out the video and what his thoughts are on Leicester this weekend's game, obviously at the Etihad on Saturday, which we'll be there doing filming and pre-match stuff, the usual stuff that we do. So I'll be back in the UK sometime tomorrow afternoon, evening. But I thought I'd just come on a quick one, seeing as though Martin's out partying, and thought, right, I've got a spare hour. I'll come on, do a quick one before I go to bed because I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, how is everybody today? Let's see who is on. Robbie's gaming channel YouTube, man shitty. Well, Robbie's gaming YouTube channel that lasted very long, mate. Carl Blundell, hi, how are you, buddy? Reality, hello, how are you, mate? Tom T, all right, lads, how are you, Tom? Martin's on. Oh, Martin's on. I thought you were out on the lash, mate. Evening all. I will be on and off tonight as getting ready for going out for a big one. Big what? What's the big one, mate? Carl Blundell, Ancelotti is going to be at Everton game on Saturday. It's actually happened. Alexander Savage, hi Andy, how is Latvia? It's good, mate. Yeah, very good, very cold. But I'll be back to the UK tomorrow. Tom T, big up Cancelo last night. He's made me look a right tit. Taking the out of divers at other clubs this season, he's outdone them. He was shocking. It was very embarrassing. I will talk about that in a sec when we look at the player ratings. Alexander Savage, the guy that runs a famous Spurs channel. Gosh, that guy's a Pochettino lookalike. He is, yeah. The ones that we do the Chris. That we do the preview with. Yeah, he does look like. Excuse me, I am getting a sore throat this week. He does look like Pochettino. Tom T, have a good Martin, mate. Don't have too many shandies. I ain't out yet. I'm getting ready and having a pre-game drink. Enjoy, buddy. Have a great night tonight, mate. Cancelo is the worst defensive right back I think I've ever seen, mate. Oh, well, some will disagree. Not me. I'm not saying he's the worst ever, but I've still got my doubts. There will be a few OJs tonight, Tom. Dunk's second half was very poor yesterday. Alexander Savage, you've got a direct flight to the UK? No, I haven't, mate. I'm going via Oslo tomorrow morning. Kiam says, happy Thursday, everyone. Arteta is making a huge mistake if he goes to toxic Arsenal. Well, anything that we read into this is going to be very subjective and opinionated by journalists. But I read something earlier, about an hour ago, that was saying City is still playing pretty much hardball on this and saying, well, you haven't made any right approaches. You will pay as X, Y, and Z, and City are not going to make this easy. I think he will go, don't get me wrong, but I think City are going to make it extremely difficult and painful for Arsenal because of the way they've gone about it. Cancelo was such a pointless buy. I've said it before. Martin, we were poor overall for me. Andy, Kiam, and myself were messaging how poor we were. It wasn't a great game. Alexander Savage, thoughts on yesterday's game? I didn't get a chance to watch it. We're going to talk about player rating, so it'll come up in that. Alexander Mingy Wong, hi everyone, how are you? Tom T, I don't rate Cancelo. If Juve didn't want him, that speaks volumes to me. Said it all along, mate. Alexander, Oslo Airport is nice. Easy to find gates and stuff. It is. It's a nice airport. Go through that quite often. Don't Koulibaly in. Not for me. Carl Blundell, according to the Mirror, Arteta will want Fernandinho at Arsenal as a player, and he wants Iniesta as his number 2. I mean, there you go. Is that John Cross by any chance? What's a bullshit. Alexander Salvation, Man City Fan TV. Kiam, don't think we were brilliant last night. I don't think we were great, if I'm being honest. I mean, I was staying up late because I'm obviously hours ahead here, and I said at half-time I was going to go to bed, but then they scored first, within the first minute, and I thought, oh, go on, I'll stay up for a bit longer. But when it got to 3-1, I thought, I've had enough of this. I'm going to bed, and I definitely did go to bed and went to sleep. He will want the tea lady next, Cal. We need to tell him to get lost. I agree. City won't make it easy, mate, but coaches are near enough impossible to keep. Let's get a few mil from. Yeah, well, to be fair, I don't think Pep will stand in his way. I think Pep's got a good, friendly working relationship with Mikel Arteta, so I don't think there'll be anything. I don't think there'll be any nastiness between them, and Pep will totally understand the fact that he wants to get on and things like that. So I don't think there'll be anything in that. I think it'll just be the fact of, cheeky Ferran in particular, who will not be impressed with the way Arsenal have gone about this. But then, let's face it, Pep said that he knew that he was talking the other day to Arsenal. So you don't know what to believe, if I'm being honest, because if Pep's saying I knew that there was contact between Arteta and Arsenal, well, you can't then believe it saying City are really annoyed about this. City must have given permission if Pep knows about it. You would think that. I'd be very surprised if Arsenal haven't actually approached City or through an agent or through whoever. To think that Arsenal have just gone behind City's back and gone directly to Arteta, and the whole, meeting the other night, 1:00 in the morning, that was apparently with a City official. If people are coming out saying that City didn't know about that, and I find that very, very hard to believe. Otherwise, Pep would have turned around in his press conference prior to the Oxford game and said, we know nothing about it. But I do think that City are going to make it very difficult for Arsenal. Is it the right choice? I'm not going down the route, or I've done it. I've already said it before on the previous videos. I just think, from an Arsenal point of view, I don't think it's the right move for Arsenal, if I'm being honest. But it is what it is, and we move on at the end of the day. Would City allow him to take the likes of Burrell and others? I very much doubt it. So, good luck to Arteta. It is what it is. If he wants to take that, and it is a massive leap, it's not like him leaving City to take a job at Derby or, a championship team. He's taking on Arsenal, who are an absolute... don't know how to describe them. They're just a club that is... they're all over the place. They are absolutely all over the place in every single department. They're just an absolute heads gone. A real heads gone. They really are. So for him to go in there as his first managerial role, I feel sorry for him. I really, really do. And I really hope and pray it doesn't ruin his reputation. I hope he does okay. Not too good, obviously, but I hope he does all right, because I'd hate to see he seems a really nice guy who the players really respect. But if it all goes wrong, which, let's face it, statistically, going into, a club like Arsenal, the way it's been run since Wenger left, and 2 years prior to Wenger being left, and the fan base and everything else, that don't give the managers much time. I'd hate for his legacy at Arsenal to be completely destroyed. And that's my fear with him going to Arsenal. But it is what it is. City will move on. Pep's the main man. Let's not forget that. As much as Arteta's done well for the likes of Sterling and others, Pep is the main man. Right, let's go back. I'm okay, thanks. Enjoy your time in Riga. Yeah, good, mate. I always enjoy coming out to Riga. I like the people. It was a training game yesterday. It was, Kiam. Should we expect some sort of buyback clause in Arteta deal? I doubt it. Martin, as I said last night to Kiam, was a chance for some players to cement down the first team place, and giving up 18 chances to Oxford is unacceptable. It is, but then in the same breath, you turn around and said that they played fringe players to give them a chance. So, Can't have it both ways. I've seen the light Otamendi over Stones. Oh, thank God for that. Been saying it for God knows how long, and people keep going, Otamendi is garbage. Alexander Savage, waking up at 4 a.m. ain't easy, mate. The rest of the day is more likely ruined. I'm used to 18-hour days, so perfectly fine. And remember, I am 2 hours ahead here, so it'll be 2 a.m. in the UK. But, hey, I'll still be pushing it late tomorrow night because I'll be home with the family and everything else. So I might be knackered for the Leicester game on Saturday, though. Waking up, Arsenal are just in a big mess for the moment. They are. See the Everton game yesterday, we lost, but loved the performance, didn't stop trying. Yeah, great comeback. I saw it when it was 2-0. I'm thinking, oh my God, going to get battered here, but what a great comeback, and shame you lost it on penalties. Alex says, not really shocked by Arteta's departure. He decides what's best for him and his career. Fair enough, we'll find a replacement. Of course we will. It's no problem. I've got no problem with Arteta. No problem whatsoever. Like I said, if you're getting offered a job to manage a club, let's face it, a big club like Arsenal, it's a wonderful opportunity for his first professional job as a manager. It's a brilliant opportunity. And why not give it a go? I just think for Arsenal, from Arsenal's point of view, it's a very poor appointment. I really do. And that's no disrespect to Arteta whatsoever. I just think a club the size of Arsenal that is in such a dire meltdown from top to bottom, you need somebody coming in who has strategies from management. It's not just about coaching some players on the team, on the training pitch. It's the whole boardroom level. It's dealing with all of that stuff that I just think they needed a much bigger character. Hence why I thought they might have gone for Allegri. But it is what it is. At least Otamendi makes defensive contributions. Don't remember Stones putting a foot in. I doubt Arteta will reach April without the sack, says Ball Queen. A huge club, Andy, joking a bit. Well, I mean, they're a big club. Alex, they're a big club. They are a big club. Let's face it. They're a big club in the UK. And anybody who says they're not, they are a big club. There's no doubt in that. And that's, a bit of banter and things like that. They're a big club, a very big club in the Premier League. So, nice to see you back, Andy. Thank you, Danny. Hope you're well, buddy. Right, should we get into, since there's a few people on, it's going to be a quick one tonight. I'm going to race through the Premier League, the player ratings, and just give me your thoughts on what you thought for last night. So let's go through, and we will start off with, our keeper last night, which was Claudio Bravo. So give me your thoughts. What were your thoughts on Bravo last night? I'll be honest, not sure he could do much for the goal. I thought the guy took it well. What's a big club in your opinion? Oh, Doug and Alex, I'm not going down what's a big club. I've said it on so many occasions. It's all subjective, as in trophies, size of the club, size of the stadium, blah blah blah. Everyone has their own opinion on what's big. I'm just saying, in my opinion, Arsenal are a pretty big club in the Premier League. I mean, you only have to go back. All right, they're not where they were under Wenger, but under Wenger for 10, 15 years, they were pretty much up there, winning trophies year in, year out. So that's a pretty big club for me in the Premier League. Evening, Andy. How's it going? Philip Kerr's just finished my chili and rice. Very nice. Oh, enjoy it. I need to go and have something after this video. How are Arsenal not a big club? Their supporters all over the world. Danny to me. Andy, when Arteta goes, do you think company persistent? I very much doubt it, Danny, but you never know. I'm not going to be shocked if Arteta doesn't win his first game in charge after start. Yeah, maybe. Let's get these out the way, and then we can have a quick chat before we go. So, Bravo. Danny gives him a 6. Philip Kerrs gives him a 7. Ball Queen a 7. Dunk gives Bravo a 6. Okay, so it might be Mingy 1 gives him a 7. So any more for any more on here. Like I said, I'm not going to spend forever on this vlog. It's just going to be a very, very quick one. So we're going to fly through them. So if you miss out, you miss out. I do apologise, but you're going to have to be quick on them. So, right, we'll move on. So Bravo, I'm gonna give Bravo a 7. Didn't do anything wrong. Made a decent save, and Well, two decent saves, the one that he tipped over the bar. So that's Claudio Bravo. Let's move on to our right back last night. Scored, fair play to him, via a deflection, but what were your thoughts on Joao Cancelo's performance? And we're not just talking about his performance, which was that strike that got deflected, but that absolute embarrassment, which was that Mackie incident when he kicked out. I mean, and then Mackie sort of scooped his leg up and he goes falling all over. I mean, I just find it pathetic. Absolutely pathetic, if I'm being honest. And I do not want to see any City player in a shirt doing that type of absolute garbage. Oh, Martin. Oh, you did it. You did it. You did it. You did it. Well done, Martin. Well done. He did it. He fell for it. I knew he would do it. Danny Tuemi, an 8. Are you joking? Mingy Wonga, an 8. Philip Kerr's an 8. Duncan, what game were you watching last night? An 8. My God. Jesus Christ. I mean, some people on here. Wow. Well, it's your scores. It's all your scores. I won't interfere. It'll be on what you guys say. Definitely not an 8 for me. But JKM CFC a 3. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. It's a bit harsh. Cancelo 8 played well, and the dive is a trait we will need in the Champions League. Oh no, get lost. No way am I having that whatsoever. I'm not having that as an excuse. And he definitely didn't play well. He didn't play well. He scored a decent shot. He had a shot. All right, he hit the post as well, didn't he? So far, all right. Maybe he did all right against Oxford United, for God's sake. But he loses 2 marks for that absolute ridiculousness. Pathetic. And I never want to see a City player doing that type of garbage in a City shirt. It's just totally embarrassing. And I don't want it. I don't care what the Italians do. I don't care what the Portuguese do. I don't care what the Spanish do. You don't see David Silva. You don't see Sergio Aguero. You don't see any of these top players doing what he did. I mean, I wouldn't mind if it was a dive after somebody tackled him. Fine, that's fair enough. But to then try and trip up Mackie, and then when Mackie sort of scoops his foot away, he jumps in the air and falls on his back and complains to the referee. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I don't want it at my club. Thank you very much. I'm late. We've done Bravo. We're on to Cancelo. 6.5. Attacking wise, he's really good, but defending is not as good. He's crap at defending. Yeah, I forgot that. 4.5. Scott Williams 7. Buying him in the summer, still a big question mark. We are too nice. It's about time we dived. 14 points. Look at it's not about diving for penalties. This is something that's totally embarrassing, Kiam. If it was in the penalty area and he was going through, fine, fair enough, because you might get something out of it. To do that, what he did last night as a defender in his own box, was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Had to do it. My apologies, Cancelo. I'm only joking. Oh, Martin, you're back. Disagree, Kiam. He has no positional sense. Cancelo 3. All right, Cancelo for me, and I'm going to overrule you here. He gets, for me, and I'm going to overrule you purely because that was just so embarrassing. He gets a 4. He would have got a 7 because of his goal, deflected goal. But he loses 3 marks just for that absolute disgrace of what we've always said. If we were watching a game in Italy and somebody did that, we'd laugh at them. We'd go, oh God, how pathetic is that? So do we want it in our own team? Not for me. Not at all. Okay, let's go to the other side, and that was Zinchenko, who came back from an injury. What were your thoughts on Zinky last night, playing as a left-back with Angelino forward of him? How come I'm timed out and Kiam stays in and he's being serious? Well, because he explained it. You're just being cheeky, Martin. The whole world dislikes Neymar because of his diving. I agree. Change Cancelo to 6, my bad. Yeah. No, I mean, his performance-wise was okay. He got that deflected goal and hit the post, but, I mean, just to do that, I just find it pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And I don't want to see it by a City player ever. Valencia apparently want Cancelo, though. Do we sell? He wants to. Apparently, the rumours are he wants to go. He's had enough already. Shows you the personality of the fella. If I'm being honest with you, should never have bought him in the first place. What a waste of money. Campbell Neymar is a legend. He is in his own mind. Bernard gives Zinchenko a 6. Dunk a 6, Mingy Wong a 6, Scott Williams a 6, still rusty, yeah. I mean, you've got to bear in mind, he's come back from a long injury as well. Philip Kers, Zinchenko a 6, Carl Blundell a 6.5. I go. Dunk says I go. Don't know what that means, mate. So, what are we giving for Zinchenko? Yeah, he was all right. He wasn't great. He wasn't, didn't do much wrong. He was against lesser opposition. Let's give Zinchenko. Let's give him a 6. No problem whatsoever with it. An average 6 for Zinchenko. Let's move on to the big young fella at the back last night, and I thought both of them did very well. I don't think there was much for the turn that he could do. Well, that's Taylor Howard-Bellis, and I think most of the time on the ball he looked very composed. But anyway, I'm off. Have a great vlog. Safe journey back and see you all tomorrow. Yeah, good luck. Enjoy yourself tonight, Martin. At least with Zinni, we got better control of the ball. Yeah, I agree with that. Bye, Martin. Bye, Martin, pal, says Cal. So, Taylor Howard-Bellis, what are your thoughts? Alex 7. Oh, you're on about... Oh, you're a bit late, Kiam, there, mate. We've already done Zinchenko. We've got a 6. Scott Williams, have a good one, Martin. Bernard gives Taylor Howard-Bellis a 6.5. Any more for any more. Howard-Bellis an 8. Dunk an 8. Some might complain. Some might turn around and say, well, they got turned a little bit easy for their goal. Scott Williams a 7. I thought he did all right, if I'm being honest. And I don't want to be overly biased because he's a local lad and things like that. I thought he did okay. Nothing fantastic, but considering his age and everything else, I thought he did okay last night. Nothing wrong. Scott Williams a 7. Mingy Wong a 7. So we've got 6.5, an 8, an 8, 7, a 7. Kiam says, good on the ball, but positionally a little bit out of place, but that's you. 7. Okay, I think pretty much, yeah. Well, I think we'll go with that one. We'll go with Taylor Howard-Bellis, then gets a 7. What about his partner last night? And that was Eric Garcia. What were your thoughts on Garcia last night? Everything that Stones is supposed to be is in this kid. He looks very, very exciting, Dunk. He really, really does. He looks an exceptionally gifted player. Cal, was that 7 for... Let me see if he gave me a score. Was that 7? Was that 7, I'm assuming, for... Oh, you've retracted it. I'm assuming that was a 7 before for Taylor Howard-Bellis. Well, we gave him a 7. But we're on to Garcia. What were your thoughts on Eric Garcia last night? Remember, this is a quick one. We're not spending loads of time on this, so I'm just going to race through them because I need to go and get something to eat. Bernardini, 6.5. Taylor Howard-Bellis, 7. Garcia, 6.5. Really? Have you seen Doyle's free kick? I haven't seen anything, mate. I've been working all day. Philip Kers, Garcia, 7. Mingy Wong, a 6. I thought Garcia was decent last night. I thought actually last night, compared to the previous time they played together, I thought he was the better of the two, if I'm being honest. But it's up to you guys. Mingy Wong a 6. So we've got a 6.5, a 6.5, a 7, a 6. Any more for any more? Anybody else want to give a Kiam? Garcia was good, 7.5, 7, cool and composed in my opinion. Dunk a 7. Garcia a bit lightweight for me, a 6. What, you think he was a bit lightweight last night, or are you talking in general there? Is your 6 because of what you think overall, or because of his performance last night? I thought he was very good last night. I thought he was positionally very good. I thought he was defensively very good. So I'm going to have to go for the higher of those, and I'm going to overrule rather than 6.5. I thought Garcia was good last night. So I'm going to give him a 7 and just go up half a mark. So I thought actually you look at some of the tackles he made. Positionally, I thought he was better. In the previous game when they played together, I thought Howard Bellis was better. But last night, I thought Garcia was very good. Right, so we've done the defence. Moving on to our central defensive midfielder last night, which was Rodri. So, Rodri, what are your thoughts on Rodri last night and overall? Okay, fine. I mean, fair enough. I mean, I agree with you, Kiam, to a certain degree. And I have said that in the past. That I think, is his height an issue and those type of things? I'm not too sure. But I thought last night, albeit it was against Oxford, I thought he looked very composed. I thought his passing, I thought he moved the ball very quickly last night. Probably quicker than Taylor Howard-Bellis did. And he constantly was pushing that ball out wide to Zinchenko as quickly as he could. So, fair play to him. Garcia is our best fit defender at the moment, says Lankow 456. So Rodri, Bernard Deneen gives him a 6.5. Mingy Wong gives Rodri a 7. Scott Williams 6.5. Steady, nothing special. I probably agree with you on that one, Scott. Lazo Gaming a 6. I didn't like Rodri last night. A 6. Well, 6 is what we normally start at. So didn't do anything special. Didn't do anything majorly wrong. Philip Kears gives Rodri a 6. Yeah, I'm probably with you guys. I thought that he was okay. Still think he can move the ball a little bit quicker. I still think he's just that half a second behind moving the ball where Fernandinho would move it quicker. But I think because it is such a specialist role, he'll definitely, I think, need more time in that role. But I don't think he moves the ball as quick as Fernandinho does right now. Anyway, but okay, it's sort of stalled there. So we're going to give Rodri an average 6 last night. Moving on to, let's see, who do we go for? Let's go for his left-sided midfielder last night, which was Angelino. So what were your thoughts on Angelino last night? Garcia started the first goal. If Werner had done it, we would be scoring 8. He did, yeah, I mean, it's a fair comment, Scott. But we're sort of thinking overall in the whole game. What are your thoughts on Angelino? I'll be honest with you. Apart from that one cross, which was a wonderful cross, don't get me wrong, I thought it was garbage, if I'm being honest. But that's just my opinion. His crossing was poor. It was like one decent cross out of 10. And for me, he can't defend. I think I can see why we brought him back because it's cheap and it's cover, but I can't see this kid doing anything at City. I'll be honest with you. But good luck to him. He wears a City shirt. So Bernard Deneen 6.5, Angelino 6 as Philip Kears, Lazo 6.5. Angelino is defo squad player last night, made me realise he'll never be. I agree with that, Kiam. Playing against Oxford, you gave him a 6, yeah. Not for me, I'll be honest with you. Decent but not amazing, 5.5. Mingyi Wong 6. Don't get me wrong, we have seen glimpses of brilliance, superb crossing, but it's so far and few between. It's last night, how many times did he hit the first defender? How many times was he playing overplaying balls? And he was playing in what's really his preferred position, which is a position Zinchenko likes. And he had loads of room, he had loads of space as well last night. And he was just, the end product apart from that pass was, I'd give him a point just for that pass. So he goes up to a 7 for me, but the rest of his game, it wasn't overly brilliant. But hey, he is only young, and maybe we're being a little bit harsh on him. He is a City player, but I can't see him lasting that long at City, if I'm being honest. I said to Martin was sticking up for him last night, and I said to Martin, would you be confident of him starting as the left back next season? And then he said, no, but we have to give him a year. And that's my thoughts. I look at him and go, would you want him as our left back next season? I certainly wouldn't. Definitely not. So, Bernard 6.5, Angelino 6, says Philip. Lazo gave me 6.5. Kiam gave me 6. Decent but not amazing, 5.5. Ming Wong 6. No, 5. Sorry. Scott Williams 6.5. Extra point for 1. Cross says all. Neil Hanstock right now. Angelino is behind Mendy and Zinco. 5 out of 10. Could we get a player who's a cross between Angelino, Mendy, Marcello, blah, blah, blah? I'm sure we could possibly try and... Sure, Sheikh Mansour's got plenty of money that we could genetically make somebody. Let's not be too harsh on him. That cross was a very, very good cross. So Angelino gets a 6. So moving on. We're going to go from Angelino to the Stockport Iniesta. So what are your thoughts on Phil Foden last night? And how do you think Foden played? And remember, this is his 3rd start. And I think the commentator said last night that I was listening to that he was brought off early the other game because he could feel it in his legs. And that was his 2nd game on the run. Last night was his 3rd on the run. So it's good to see him getting opportunities, and there's no doubt he got that ability. And like I said, we all have been screaming, let's see Foden. Don't forget, we've got to see Foden putting 4, 5, 6 good performances on the run. Not a good performance, an okay performance, a half-decent performance, a good performance, a half-decent. To get into this team, you've got to be consistent. So this is where the pressure builds now. City fans have been moaning about Phil Foden getting into this team. Well, what happens when he has one good game, one average game, one poor game, one good game, one average game, one good game, one poor game? Inconsistency, so we don't want to pile any more pressure on the kid or put him under strain where he gets injuries. But anyway, let's see what you thought. Bernard, 6.5. Foden was very good, a 7. Philip Kerr's Foden an 8, Superior being 7, Lankau an 8, a 9, a 10. Mingy Wong a 7, Scott Williams 7. Thought he looked tired after 3 games in a row. Who do you think is the best left back? For me, I still go for Mendy right now, but I still think defensively it's a toss up between him and Zinchenko. Lazo gave him an 8.5. Wow, that's a bit generous, but fair enough. Foden looked like a City fan playing yesterday. Great work rate. He did. There's the one thing he always does. You're going to get 100% out of him. But on the flip side of that ocean rage is that a bit of naivety? Trying to chase every single thing down and not conserving energy? Is that going to be the reason why later on in games he looks tired? He looks like his legs have gone. So maybe it's all a learning curve for him. Carl, hi Andy, how are you, mate? Lankau, I can't decide. Okay, let's go right in between a lot of them, and we're going to go Phil Foden gets a 7 from you guys. So moving on to somebody who I personally thought was very poor last night. I said it to the guys when I was watching it, and that was Bernardo Silver. I just thought I thought he had a really, really poor game. And I don't know what's gone wrong. I really don't. I can't work it out. He just looks a complete shadow of himself last season. Carl, I'm assuming that 7 is for Foden, maybe. I don't know, or is this Bernardo? But I thought Bernardo was poor last night. Very poor. Martin, the head of Foden's fan club. Martin, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I love Foden. Absolutely love him. But I think sometimes you have to pull yourself away a little bit as a City fan and not be so over the top with it. You have to be realistic. Superior being a 5, not happy with Bernardo, a 4. Bernardo Silva a 4. Lazo Gaming a 4. Still off the boil, a 6. Bernardo is slow and lost his energy. Brian K002. Mingy Wong a 5. I was really shocked last night with Bernardo, I must admit. We gave him a position that a lot of City fans are saying, oh, he's better in the centre of midfield, oh, he should play there, oh, he should do this. He played there last night, and he was poor. He was really poor. He was getting the runaround on occasions. He was out of position. He couldn't get back. He got bypassed on numerous occasions by their midfield, and I don't know what's going on. I really don't. And I love him to bits. I think he's such a talented player. But last night, that's the worst I've seen him play in a very long time. Carl said, for Foden, okay. 7 for Foden. Foden, one of my favourite players, to be honest. No, I mean, one of mine, but we have to be objective. Mahrez was the worst. We're going to talk about Mahrez. We're on about Bernardo now. MEN thought Bernardo was great. Really? I don't know. Who was that? Don't tell me Stu Brennan thought Bernardo was great last night. I thought it was one of the poorest games I've seen him play in a long time. Has the social media affected him? Something clearly has made me wrong. Something is clearly... Maybe he just had a super brilliant season last season. I don't know. I can't work it out. Nobody knows but Bernardo Silver and Pep Guardiola, but something isn't quite right. He shows flashes of brilliance, but he's nowhere near. No, he's probably 65, 70% of where he was last season. And I said to the guys, WhatsApped to him last night during the game, I just said, maybe it's time he's just dropped from the team, and that's not because of anything. It's just purely, he's simply not playing well enough at the moment. Why should he deserve a place over other people? I don't care how nice a fella he is, and we'd say it about other players like Mahrez and others. So why should Bernardo Silva right now? He doesn't deserve a starting place in this team. He looked good at Arsenal. Him and Mahrez were both bad. Yeah, need to take into account he has a lot of football. Well, I mean, the thing is, Scott Williams. So that's my point. There probably is something wrong, is it? All the footballers caught up with him, because let's face it, he's still youngish. But that's not an excuse to keep playing him, then, is it? It's the opposite. It's like, well, if he's tired, let's rest him. Let's send him away for a week or two on holiday. Don't play him. You can't, if a player's tired and it's catching up, surely the medical staff know this, because they keep charts on everything. Don't play him. But they keep playing him, and he's not getting any better. Do you think Mendy saga is affected? Quite possibly. Nobody knows. I mean, we'd only be guessing. We could all say, I think, it's a social media thing. We don't know that. It might be nothing to do with that. It might be something completely different. It could be down to fitness and tiredness, and we don't know that. But one thing is for certain, his performances are nowhere near what they were last year. Did you put me in a timeout? Martin's not here, mate. Martin's not here now. It was Brennan who thought, really? He does come up with some strange ones. 6% it's probably a bit generous, and he's clearly worse than last season. His best game was Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, maybe. So let's give Bernardo. Sorry, Bernardo gets a 5 for last night. I thought he was. Thought he was average, very average. Right, moving on to the next one, which is. I thought you know what, he was that poor. I don't even think I put a picture up for him. Did I? Have I? Let me just see if I can put one up for him, because otherwise I'm gonna get so much grief if I don't put this up. Let me just put this up, because I'll probably get grief anyway for missing him out. But I'll put him up anyway. Here you go. This is him, and that is the Egyptian king, and that is Riyad Mahrez. There you go. What are your thoughts on Riyad Mahrez? So I'm not going to get too much grief for not putting his picture up. So there, I'll put his picture up for you. So Riyad Mahrez, there you go. What were your thoughts on Riyad Mahrez? Have you seen our medical staff this season? I haven't. At the same time, his only good game this season, as far as I know. Bernard Dominguez, Mahrez is 6. Mingy Wong is 6. Mahrez also poor, but better than Bernardo, a 5.5. He's a 0.1 better, is he? Mahrez a 4, says Philip Kerrs, the Algerian prince. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about the way he's playing as an Algerian prince at the moment. Mahrez heat map is the letter L. Glad you said that, not me. Scott Williams 5.5, back to his usual one-trick pony, needs to be ironed out ASAP. I said that to the guys last night. The one-trick pony is back. First half, and what I thought, I must admit, first half last night, he was going around the outside on his right foot. I'm thinking, there you go. Look at that. And he put in 2 brilliant balls. And then what does he do? After 30 minutes for the rest of the game, resorts back to cutting in on his left foot, shoving in crap crosses, shoving in stupid shots that hit the first player, shots that go 30 yards over the bar. And I'm just thinking, you're isolated one-on-one. Your first 20 minutes, 30 minutes of the game, you've got the beating round the outside of your player. And he resorts back to this. And it can only be a mentality thing. It really can. I just don't get it. 2, sell him. Ooh, bit harsh, Lezo. Superior being 4-5. He was selfish last night. Overrated. You just called him Egyptian. Oh, sorry. Did I call him Egyptian? Did I call him Egyptian? My apologies, Algerian. I'm going to get grief for that now, aren't I? Thank you for pointing that one out. Where did we get him? Evening City till I die. Salah is the Egyptian pharaoh. Oh, stop. You're already making my life even more difficult now. Enough. Right. Okay. Riyad Mahrez gets a 5. Which leaves us to our next guy, who last night got 2 goals. I'm not sure how great he was, but that was obviously Raheem Sterling. So what were your thoughts on Raz last night? Mahrez and Carl a 0.5. Are you coming round to my way of thinking now, Carl? And Mahrez frustrates me because, like I said, that first 20 minutes, he was going round the outside on his right foot and put in 2 or 3 really good balls. Then he just resorts back to his usual one-trick pony stuff, and it's so frustrating. It really is, because he mixed it up a bit. We know how technically gifted he is. It's really, really annoying. Exactly, and he needs to have his head wobbled. Surely Pep and co are coaching him to eradicate. Well, but they said last night, they even mentioned it on the commentary, saying Pep was frustrated last season about his inconsistency and things like that, and his work rate. And again, he just needs to mix it up. It's like when things don't go right for him, or he doesn't get an assist, or he doesn't get a goal, he resorts back to this same predetermined cutting onto my left foot. Let's go for a curling shot, or let's try and hit it, or, I don't know. He's very frustrated. Bernard Denis gives Sterling a 7. Philip Kerr Sterling a 9. Langau gives Sterling was man of the match a 9. Mingyu Wong an 8. Bernard the Portuguese chauvinist. Superior being a 6. Lezo Gaming a 6. Sit till I die 7.5. 6. Other than the goals, he's been poor since the Atlanta game. Without the goals, 6. 8. Yeah, no, but it's hard. Langzhou, isn't it? You can't judge somebody. Let's imagine that was 2-0. Well, it's like saying, well, hold on a minute. It did nothing all game but scored 2 goals and we won 2-0. If he was playing in the role that he's playing in, which was a striker last night, then, at the end of the day, that was his job, to score goals, and he scored 2. He's in the right place at the right time, regardless of what he did. I mean, how many times have we seen Sergio not do a great deal, but pop up with a hat-trick? So, 8 factor in opposition, extra point for 2 goals. Mahrez can be world-class, but he's not quite there. He needed Arteta to stay. Have you ever thought of Raheem as the best player at City at the moment, Andy? Certainly last season, without a shadow of a doubt. Last season, I thought he was superb. This season, he started the season on fire again, and I think the last 4 or 5 games, he hasn't been at his best, if I'm being honest. But then again, like all of these arguments, I don't think some of the other players have been at the best. He's not got Sane there. Mahrez hasn't been great. Bernardo Silver's not been great. Kevin De Bruyne started off very in and out and is only now really sort of hitting his stride. David Silva in particular set him up loads of goals last season. He's been in and out the team and been injured and ill. So I think a lot of things have conspired against him this season, but he always works. He always looks like he's got something dangerous in him. That's the one thing I do like about Sterling. Regardless of whether you think, oh, he should have done that. Why didn't you shoot? But it is what it is. He scored 2 goals. We won 3-1. You can't really knock him for that. He scored 18 goals this season, so I think he's not doing it. I totally agree with you, James Walton. Superior being, I think Sterling might end up like Owen, effectively finish at 27. I'd cash in next season. Wow. Okay, so we're going to give Raheem Sterling a 7.5 because it was a mixture between the two there. So Raz gets 6.5. Let's move on to somebody who came on, made pretty much a difference straight away. Got an assist for Raz's goal, and that was Gabby. Even though, was it needed? Well, maybe it was needed, but he came on, he got that assist. Alex says that's probably the most overlooked issue with City this season. The players up front are struggling as well. It's not just about yeah, exactly. Totally is. I mean, you've got to, like I said, you've got to remember. You know, last season we had Sane, even though he was in and out of form, he still made assists. We had Bernardo Silver, player of the season last year. Nowhere near that this season. Kevin De Bruyne this season started off very iffy. Now he's really hitting his stride, but David Silva's been in and out of the team so much and not been at his best of last season. So loads of assists last season for Raheem and others. So, you know, he's playing around with he's playing with players who nowhere near where they were last season. Only probably you would suggest over the last few games, Kevin De Bruyne has hit anywhere near the peak of last season. So, and he was out of the team a lot last season. So, Gabby is 6.5, Bernard Dunk 6.5, Scott 6.5. Impressed by him when he came on 6.5. Philip Kears, Gabby is 7. Lazo at 5.9. We'll call that 6 then. City Till I Die 6.5. Mini One was 6. Alex, I expected Gabby Jesus to score a couple of goals. He tends to perform well in cups. Superior being a 7. Yeah, I mean, you know what you're going to get from Gabby. You know you're going to get work rate and things like that. And I think when he came on last night, straight away, he got an assist for Raheem. So, you know, fair play to him for doing that. But I think most people think the jury is still out whether he's a long-term successor to Sergio Aguero. I doubt it, but there's one thing you get out of him, and that's 100% commitment. And we do know he can go on a run of 5-6 games, but then, you know, so can Pookie from Norwich. Doesn't mean to say that he's as good as Sergio Aguero. So anyway, Gabby gets a 6.5 from you guys. So that's Gabby. Should we put somebody else on? Who else came on? Gundogan came on, and I thought it was a good move by Pep last night. I said it to the guys on WhatsApp when he came on. I said that's a good move putting Gundogan on for Rodri because he just made us move. I know he's not the quickest and things like that, and there's nobody more on Man City Fan TV who says this than me, but I just thought it was the right move because they were dropping deeper and they were trying to hit us on the counter, and what Gundogan did was move the ball a lot quicker than Rodri did. So I thought he did all right, Gundogan, when he came on. So what are your thoughts on Ilkay? Thoughts on no Gallagher calling Oasis fans? Pussy, I don't know, mate. I haven't seen it. I've been busy. I haven't seen much this week, mate. We need someone like Lautaro Martinez. We already spoke about him, mate. We've already done Martinez to death. And all of us on Man City Fan TV have all said the same thing. He would be a superb signing if we can get him. But it might not be till the summer. Gundogan is 7. Scott Williams said it last night. If we can get Martinez, Gabby looks comfortable out wide. Yeah. 7, he was good. City Till I Die 7.5. Lazo 5.2. Pep 8 for giving Rodri a rest. We're not on Pep, we're on Gundogan. Gundogan a 6. Okay, a 6. I thought Gundogan played all right last night when he came on. Dunk a 6.5. Anybody else? Any more for any more? Get your scores in now. You've got 5 seconds. Scott Williams gives him a 6.5. So we've got 7, 7.5, 5.2, 6, 6.5. Let's give Ilkay a 6. Ray J says 6.5. So we'll go with you, Ray J. Seeing as though I was just about to press it. So Gundogan gets a 6.5, which leads us on to, and we can't really score this kid because he only came on at the end, but I do want to show his picture because I really like the player. That's the only reason why. And I think Adrian Bernardi's a really, really good player. Whether he'll ever make it at Man City, we'll have to wait and see. But I do think, given time, given another maybe two and a half years, I think Bernardi could be a very, very exciting player. I do like him. But he needs to grow up. He needs to improve. He needs to get bigger and stronger and things like that. And he only played for, I don't know how many minutes it was, 8 minutes or something like that, 9 minutes. But I really like him. I do think he's a very technically gifted player, very clever player. Sees a really good pass, but he didn't get much time to shine last night. So his time will come in the future, and I'm not really going to give him a score. You guys can give him a score. Bernard says a 6, Bernardi a 5. Gundogan didn't play long enough to get higher rating. Mingy Wong a 5, no time to rate. Bernardi didn't really do anything, 6. Gaming 5, new Messi, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I only wanted to show his picture because I do like the kid. I think he's an exceptionally gifted player. Whether, like I said, whether he'll make it at City in the future, we'll have to wait and see. But Pep does seem to like him. Pep does seem to rate him. Pep really does speak highly of him. So I just wish the kid well. And if he don't make it at City, he don't make it. He'll go on to have no doubt he'll probably go on to have a career in La Liga or something like that. But he's definitely technically, as long as Pep stays here, is in with a shout, and that's the main thing. So anyway, that's your player ratings. Don't forget the fixtures have come out for just earlier on before I came live. The fixtures have been announced for the semi-final of the Carabao Cup against Man United, and the first leg is at Old Trafford, and it is going to be on the 6th of January. Is it 6th or 7th? I can't remember. 7th, I think it is, isn't it? It's just coming along the screen now. I did put it up earlier. The 7th of January, and that is an 8 o'clock kickoff at Old Trafford. Unfortunately, I'll be in Lithuania as I fly out on the 6th of January to Lithuania, so I'll miss that game. But it is on the 7th, which is a Tuesday evening, if I remember rightly. 8 o'clock kickoff at Old Trafford. The second leg at the Etihad is now confirmed to be the 29th of January. 19:45 kickoff. And I will miss that because I'm taking my wife to Rome as a Christmas present. So I will be in Rome for that particular one. So it's not working out well for me. Certainly January is not looking good for me. And the beginning of February, I'm in Slovakia. So I'm going to be missing a right shed load of games around that time. But it is what it is. And I've tried to be here for you guys and Man City Fan TV as much as I possibly can. But yes, I will miss. I might still do the vlogs and things, watch-alongs and wherever. But I will be in Lithuania for the first leg. I will be in Rome on holiday with my wife for the second leg. But I'm sure you guys will support the channel and be coming on the watch-alongs, whether I do it, Martin does it, or somebody else might even do it. You never know by then. So, guys, listen, let me just go back and see what you've got to say. Braff scored for the under-18s 2-0. He looks a very good player. He does. He's so happy, says Superior Being. 7th and 29th, yeah, Pep 8. Great job, Andy. Off to have my shower. Enjoy your food. Thank you very much. I'm going to get some food and have a bath and going to bed because I am up in... I don't want to say 6.5 hours or so. The 7th of January is Christmas in my country. Wow, is it? Laporte won't be ready for the first leg. Hopefully back for the 29th. Oh, wow, enjoy your time in Rome regardless. I will do, definitely. City I've been to and visited for many times, and my wife used to live there, so she knows Rome inside out. So, yeah, it's somewhere we'll really enjoy just taking a few days away without the lads. So it'd be great. At least a centre-back in January needed. Otamendi and Stone's not good enough. We'll wait and see. Goldbridge thinks those games are in the bag for United. Jesus, what Bellend? Well, you never know. Goldbridge is just being Goldbridge. All he's doing is just throwing it out there and reeling everybody in with it. Clickbait, that's all it is. But anyway, guys, this is Andy from Man City Fan TV. I'm going to go and get some food, have a bath or a shower, get to bed. I'll be up in the morning early, back to the UK. I'll be back in Manchester. Martin will be back tomorrow night for a live vlog with you guys, and we'll be at the Leicester game as usual on Saturday. So if you are around, bring your scarf to Rome, mate. Might do, you never know, but I'm not sure my wife will be too impressed with a City scarf around my neck. Another 6-1 on the cards, who knows, let's see. But if you're around the Etihad Stadium, outside the Blue Moon Cafe, and you see us on Saturday at the Leicester game, come over and say hello. If you don't want to be on camera, you don't have to be, it's perfectly fine. But just, it's always good to put a face to a name. So we're approachable, we're not nasty. Come and just say hello. And anyway, go and watch the video that I've just done with Leicester Fan TV and or Jamie Vardy. That I've just done the fan channel preview with Jamie Vardy. Go over and watch it and you'll see why. But anyway, take care, guys, wherever you are in the world. Have a wonderful evening. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon, comment below the video. The Premier League predictions video has been done. It's up on the channel, but it'll be out tomorrow. And go and see. It's getting very tight at the top of the table. Very, very close on the Discord Premier League predictions table. So if you're not on Discord, go over and join Man City Fan TV Discord channel. We'll be back tomorrow. Take care wherever you are. Have a wonderful evening. See you soon, guys.